What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sean from 4GLU, 4 Geeks Like You, and you're now tuned into my review of Jobs.
TV for the display? Steve? Wow. These are state of the art. Nobody's making anything like this.
Alright, okay.
Welcome to Apple Computer.
Is this everything?
Startup.
So Jobs stars Ashton Kutcher as Steve Jobs, Josh Gad as Woz, or Steve Woz, and J.K. Simmons, yes, J.K. Simmons as Arthur Rock. Right, the film was basically about Steve Jobs starting out from, I'm not going to say as a nobody, but starting off from the bottom and building his way up from the top. And it actually showed, both sides of Jobs. His calm, inventive side to his dark and really, really dickish side. This film definitely is different from Pirates of Silicon Valley, which was the first film that they actually tried to portray Steve Jobs in back in the 90s, I think it was. Anyway, I have it here and I saw it when I was younger. But that film was basically about Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. This was all about Steve Jobs. You get to see, his friendship, how he got to meet Woz, sort of how he sort of built his team and how he started Apple up. The ups and downs of Apple itself, the relationships that Jobs was in, from the relationship between his girlfriend to the relationship between his child. We got to see a lot of that. And again, that was something that Pirates of Silicon Valley really didn't focus on. It really showed you that Jobs was sort of a dick in Pirates of Silicon Valley. But here, we got to see the full-fledged, what people say Jobs was like, or what he was actually like in real life. So Ashton Kutcher's acting in this film, I actually believe that he actually embodied Jobs. Like when he first comes on the screen as Jobs, they're definitely like, damn, that looks like Jobs. That's a really good job there. No pun intended. But yeah, you're definitely like, Ashton Kutcher's really doing a good job. They really made him look like Jobs. And it's not even the look alone that draws you in. It's the embodiment of Jobs, the way he talks, his mannerisms, everything about it. Ashton did a really good job at locking that down. Also want to give credit to Josh Gad as Woz. I mean, Woz was definitely, I would say, one of the most standout characters in this film besides Steve Jobs' character played by Ashton Kutcher. I would definitely say that Woz was sort of like the comedian, sort of the guy that you sort of felt sorry for. Not to spoil anything, but you did have like that, oh man, like, damn, I can understand where he's coming from, or I can understand why he feels this way about Woz as a character. My likes about this film, it's a lot to like. Like I said, I like that they got Ashton Kutcher to play Jobs. He embodied the character. I like Woz in this film. I like seeing the ins and outs of Steve Jobs as a person. They looked at him more, they didn't try to say, well, Jobs passed, let's just run in and make this look like, Jobs was like the Jesus of electronics. No, they were like, yeah, he invented Apple and he did all this amazing stuff, and yeah, he was a dick, but we want you to see both sides of that so you can say, as a human, I can understand that he was not without his faults. So yeah, I really like that they focused on that. My dislikes, the only dislike I have about this film would have to be the ending. It was so abrupt. Like, I was sitting there and I'm like, okay, all right, I see where we're going now. And then it just ends and you're like, what? Wait, what? Like, there was so much that they didn't wrap up. Again, I'm going to go back to Pirates of Silicon Valley, because in Pirates of Silicon Valley, they wrapped up a little bit about his relationship with his child. Here, they sort of just rushed it up and it was like, yeah, 1984, 1986, 1996. And you're like, whoa, wait. What the fuck just happened here? So I think that would be like my only problem that I have with this film, was that at the end they sort of just rushed it and threw things in together. They didn't explain a lot of what happened to certain people in this film. Like, they gave you sort of like subtle hints about certain people and what might have happened to them, but they didn't really elaborate on what really happened to certain characters. So those would be my main dislikes about this film. Overall, I walked out of Jobs giving it a 4 out of 5. I felt that this was a great representation of Steve Jobs as a person. I felt that they nailed both his good and his bad side, his light and his dark moments. And I feel that that's what's needed. Like, you don't want to glorify him too much without showing that he was pretty much not without his faults. And he did have his downsides. He had his real lows. Like, he went to rock bottom, but he also had his real highs. And he was really innovative with what he did. So, yeah, I'm definitely giving this a 4 out of 5. I recommend that you go see it, especially if you're a geek, man, or even if you're not a geek and you're just a fan of Apple, or even if you're not a fan of Apple and you want to know about Steve Jobs. I recommend that you go see this film because it was a really good film, well done. And, yeah, it definitely gave us a hat off to the computer geeks out here like myself. So, yeah, 4 out of 5 for me, guys. Definitely recommend that you go see this. It comes out this Friday. So make sure you go see it. If not, I'm going to send you a virus. Nah, let me stop playing. But, yeah, I mean, definitely go see it, guys, all right? So this is Sean from ForgeLU, for Geeks Like You, giving you a 4 out of 5 stars for Jobs, all right? Check you guys out later. Have a good one.